ご記入いただけますと幸いございます。ウェビナーは YouTube にてライブストリーミングを行っています。こちらで変更させていただきますので、よろしくお願いいたします。では、早速始めます。Okay, so Maria, could you start your presentation, please?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well. We're here today from, James and I were here today from the University of Bath to provide you some information about postgraduate study in our university. So we are from the Department of Economics, and before I start my presentation, I will initially introduce myself. I'm a lecturer in applied econometrics at the Department of Economics at the university since September 2022. Prior to that, I did my PhD at Bayes Business School, formerly known as Cass Business School, and my master's degree at London School of Economics in operational research. So why today, back 12, I think I've been living now for 14 years in the UK. So 12 years ago, I had to decide to come to the UK for a master's degree. So being in a similar situation as you at the moment, why you should choose Bath? At Bath, you will have the opportunity to have international collections. You will, all of our postgraduate students are coming from different countries or even the UK, but we also have loads of international students. So you'll have the opportunity to meet people all over the world. But apart from that, you will also, with the master degree that you will choose to do, you will have the opportunity, we will provide you the opportunities to develop your employment skills, and also you will have the opportunity to participate in real world case studies or real world experience, because at the university we have loads of careers days. So you will have the opportunity to meet with leading companies in the UK, where you might have the opportunity to go on an internship there, or after your graduation, if you apply, you might be successful and go and work there. But our intention in the master degree is to provide you all the knowledge and skills that you need in order to be work ready. Okay, we don't only focus on the theoretical part and the theory and the fundamentals of economics or econometrics and so on. We also work a lot with real life examples, real life data in order and real cases in order to make you work ready once you graduate from our university. So let me, apart from all of that, we also at the top 10 UK universities, as you can see, we are 7th according to the university guide from Guardian. We're also 8th based on the complete university guide, and also based on Sunday Times, we're 8th. And these are the latest rankings available. And these, of course, the university guide, it's also a very respected resource, but also the Guardian and the Sunday Times are considered to be the top newspapers in the UK. So you understand that we are the top 10, so we're the best university to come. We're also, last year, we were based on the Good University Guide, we were one of the best university based on, again, based on the Times Sundays Times. Now, so we're at the top 10. We also provide you all of the skills that you need in order to get work ready. Now, where is Bath? Bath is about 8 minutes from London by train. it's here is London, that dot here, and obviously the one that stands out is where Bath is. It's a very, very beautiful city, and it's the only city in the UK based on UNESCO heritage city. We also have, as you can see here, we have French partnership with people. Bath has that, which is, which is an agreement that was signed between Bath and Peipu in 1994, and the purpose is to encourage friendship and also to support education, economics, commerce, leisure, and so on. And here you can see the baths, the Roman baths at the city, and at the back is the Bath Abbey. We have also some very nice pictures of the city, so you can get a glimpse of how beautiful it is. Again, based on safety is also important. So Bath is considered one of the safest university cities, again based on the latest research that has been done from Times Higher Education in 2023. Here you can see a few beautiful photos from the city. It's a very beautiful city with loads of nice buildings that have been built many years ago, and you can feel, by walking there, you can feel the history they carry in a way. You can see here that's the Royal Crescent and all of the area at the front. Again, another beautiful view of the city, and I hope you will have the opportunity to see it in person, because pictures are nice, but you cannot really capture with the picture the feeling that you have when you're actually there. You can see here the River Avon and the Pulteney Bridge. Again, there are many beautiful pictures that the intention was just to show you how beautiful that city is. Okay, during the weekend it might be, during the winter it might be a little bit gray and a little bit cold, but most of from spring until late September and early October, the weather it's nice. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. You have long days, so you have all of the opportunity to do sightseeing and study at the same time, of course, but you have the opportunity to see all of this. Now, all of these pictures were from the city center, which is our campus is a little bit outside Bath, which is 15 to 13 minutes by bus. As I mentioned in the beginning, Bath is an inherited city based on UNESCO, which and you have free access to most of the attractions and museums that you can find from the Roman baths and all the things that you can find in Bath. And also the final important thing that might be a little bit more relevant at the moment, and you might of course need to consider before you come in the UK for a master's degree, is the cost of living, which is estimated to be, know that it's estimated, okay? You might be able to estimate this to be less than that, or find solutions that will result in a less cost, is £17,400 per year, including accommodation, okay? But again, this is an estimated number and is based on living on the resident halls and assuming a few basic lunch, breakfast, and so on. You might consider to have a different, or you might have a different lifestyle that might be able to have a less, the total might be less or more. So you have to take that into account. Again, a few more beautiful cities, photos from the city. Again, we can see here the Royal Crescent, concerts and everything, events that are happening throughout the year in the city. And here is our campus. As I told you, you can see here it's where Bath starts in a way, the whole city, and our university is a little bit further outside. You can see here we have all of the sports facilities. There are many. This is the sports center, gym, and so on. If you follow us also on Instagram, you will see loads of students are posting videos of the life at the university and what they do on a daily basis. So they share information, they share what events they're organizing and so on. Here are the residence halls where the students live. And then here is the campus, the Department of Economics, the library, the Department of Management, all of the departments in a way. We're a very big university, and there are cafes, restaurants, and of course the lecture theater and the classes for the seminar. Or in between the campus, everything is walking distance, okay? But usually, if you live in the city center, you have to come by bus, or you can cycle, of course. It's whatever you prefer and whatever is more convenient for you. So this is our beautiful campus. These were a few beautiful photos about the city. Now let me talk about the masters that we're offering at the Department of Economics. So we divide these as the general and specialized MC courses. We have the practice track MC Economics for Business Intelligence and Systems. And then we also have the MC Applied Economics Masters. The purpose of the ultimate purpose of all of these masters is to prepare you to be work ready, as I mentioned in the beginning. And also, if you're interested in doing a PhD afterwards, of course, these masters will get you ready for a PhD, to acquire a PhD. Now, the general courses are MC Economics and Finance, and the MC Economics for Business Intelligence and Systems. All of these are a little bit more theoretical masters based mainly on theoretical applications of the fundamental economic theories and the fundamental financial theories. Of course, we see exercises, lecture, practical examples, and everything. And the applied economics are more, again, they're using the basic fundamental economic theories and financial theories, because the applied economics masters at the moment we have two, which is applied economics, of course, and MC Applied Economics with banking and financial markets. And in these, we're looking into more on the applied version of economics and finance in a way. We work a lot with real life examples, data, and so on. And the EBIS, as we call it in short, Economic for Business Intelligence and System, the good thing that you have with that master degree is that it's the same as all of the master's degrees. For instance, we have a semester that starts in October and ends in December. Then in January, we have the exam period, and the second semester starts from February until late April. And then in May, we have the exams. And in June, July, and August, you have the opportunity to work on your dissertation, the final piece of work that you have to produce in your MC, or usually in the Department of Economics, we do policy briefs too. So you have the summer, 3 months during the summer, which is more than enough to work on your dissertation that you have to submit late at the end of August and so on. So the structure is the same for all of the MCs, whether they are the general courses or the applied courses, or whether you are on the EBs. The only difference is that if you choose one MC, an MC in economics or economics and finance, or an MC from applied economics, your dissertation or policy brief will be done with a supervisor from the campus. Okay, you will have as a supervisor a colleague of mine that will guide you how to structure that dissertation and policy brief. On the other hand, if you decide to do the master in economics for business intelligence and systems, in that case, you have the opportunity to do a practical, you have to do a real life project. You basically you will have to go to a company. We collaborate with a number of companies, and you can go there, collect data, and identify what one of the problems that it's facing, and try to tackle that problem using the knowledge that you acquired throughout the year. Okay, so this is the similarities and differences between them. I will say in summary, all of them are 1 year long. We have semester 1, semester 2 with exams in January and May. And during the summer months, you have the opportunity to attend career dates, webinars that we have to help you strengthen your knowledge, and also to conduct your dissertation. With the only difference, in these two, in the general courses and applied, the dissertation is taking place on campus, while with the practical track MC, you have the opportunity. It's like a mini internship that you have to work there and produce a dissertation based on a problem that that company is facing, or they would like some sort of academic analysis of that problem. Now, the important thing is also very important. Where are you going to work after you graduated from our university? These are by studying economics. I think it's very important to study economics, because it's a very broad discipline, and it's as you can see here, you can work as an economic advisor, as an account manager, as an analytical consultant, or as a sales manager, risk controller, macroeconomist, business. So it provides you with loads of careers that you can do based on your knowledge in economics. And these are a few of the companies that our past students are working at the moment. For instance, HSBC, Huawei, IBM, KPMG, Deloitte. All of these are the top consulting companies in the UK, and some of them I think all over the world. And of course, you can see also the banks like Barclays, HSBC, which also are considered the top banks. Morgan Stanley. You will have the opportunity to work hopefully in one of these companies. But also in mind that these companies, since they have graduates from a university, during the career days, I'm not saying that it's happening all the time, but during the career days, they're sending representatives in our university. So you'll have the opportunity to meet people from these companies and hopefully get an internship there, and then, or even better, a job offer in order to go and work there afterwards. Now, in terms of the academic requirements, all of them can be found. There is the link here. We will share the slides with you at the end of this presentation. But the GPA is 3. But if you want to see the specific academic requirements given the courses, you can find them on our website, or feel free to email our postgraduate team admissions. That's why they're here, to to help you and answer any query that you might have related to the academic requirements or to your application or any question in general. The English requirements for most of our MCs, the ones that I presented earlier, is overall IELTS result 6.5 with at least 6 in all of the sections. I think it's, if I remember correctly, it's composed of 4 sections, right? So you need at least 6 in all of them. And also sometimes we accept, for instance, if you did a course in English for a number of years or something, we might accept other qualifications. Again, we have this information on our website, and this website recently has been very nicely organized. You have to select your country of origin. For instance, in your case, Japan, and we adjust in a way what are the academic requirements for people who are coming from Japan, or based on your educational system and so on. So please feel free to visit our website to find information about that. If English, I've been there, I know the feeling, because as I told you in the beginning, I haven't told you actually, I'm originally from Greece, and I decided to came to the UK to do my master's degree 12 or 14 years ago, I think 14. So English, in the beginning, English was a problem for me too, because they still are. So I know that it's challenging and stressful, thinking that, okay, how I'm going to cope, how it's going to be easy for me to understand the professors, the academics, will I be able to read in English, like for the exams and so on. It's feasible. If I've done it, you can do it, believe me. And of course, if you feel that you need some help with your English in the beginning before, because as I told you, the semester starts in October, but you will register from September. And in September usually is when we run the pre-sessional courses. And there are pre-sessional courses on English, 5 to 10 weeks, depending on how much help you need, if I can put it that way. In order to encourage you, to help you in a way with your English writing skills and speaking. And there are all of the information, again, can be found here, or what can be done. In the beginning, it will be a little bit challenging, and not that challenging, it's the way that our brain in a way now starts to process everything in English, but you will quickly adjust, and you will, and it's a good opportunity also. By the end of the year, you will feel so confident, and you will be able to speak English, which I think it's also a very core competitive advantage in nowadays, right? To state that on your CV, that you have a master's degree from a top UK university, and also your obviously that consequently means that your English are very good. I see there are 2 posts on the. I will come back to the question, that there's one question at the chat. I will come back to that at the end. Now, scholarships. Of course, we offer a number of scholarships. Again, you can find, because these might change from year to year, you can find this information on our website. On our website. One tip that I would like to give you here is that if you would like to be considered for a scholarship, I will suggest you to apply as soon as possible. I think James can correct me if I'm wrong here. I think if you want to apply for a scholarship, the deadline for your application is at the end of April or June, James?
Yes, that's great. So it's the middle of June or the middle of April. So if you apply, for example, now, it takes about 6 weeks to get your offer. So just factor that in. So you'll probably be safer to go for the June deadline, but there's still plenty of time if you apply in the next few weeks to apply for those scholarships, if you're planning to study in Bath face-to-face.
So, and as a tip, I would suggest you, because it's not like first come, first serve, but the sooner you apply, I will say they're able to look into your application in detail, so you might have more chances of getting a scholarship. But again, for these, there might be a deadline, so please check our website to make sure you won't miss them in case you really want to study at Bath, but you will also need some sort of help of doing so. Again, as I told you in the beginning, we have loads of events happening every year at Bath, loads of informative lectures, webinars, and so on. So one of them, it's coming in next month, 24th of February, which is on development economics. So feel free to join this webinar. We have also the QR code. I will stay for a little bit if you want to scan but as I said, we will share the presentation at the end, so you will have this information. But that's just a webinar that is happening. It's very interesting if you're also interested in development with economics. But in our department, in the Department of Economics, we have colleagues that are for many disciplines: microeconomics, macroeconomics, financial economics, applied economics, health economics, environmental economics. So you have the opportunity to meet people from different, from more specific fields, because you understand economics is a general term, right? That term is divided in many subterms, and every academic is focused in one of them. There are people who are interested in health economics, other in environmental, other in financial economics, and so on. So we have people from many different disciplines, you can put it that way. So throughout the year, you might have the opportunity to attend webinars or lectures in different these fields if you're interested to get a more in-depth understanding or more knowledge surrounding, for instance, a specific area. We also have postgraduate virtual open day, which is something similar to what is happening now today. But apart from that, again, you have the QR code here to register. For that, you have to register, please. So you can go and register now. It's free, the registration. And I think it's happening at 11 a.m. UK time, which I think it's about 8 p.m. for you. You can check our website, but if I remember correctly, we have to definitely it's 11 a.m. in the morning for UK and 3 p.m. UK time. So you can choose the one. I think the 3 p.m. might be a little bit too late for you. You can choose the one that suits you best. What is happening during the virtual open days is that you have the opportunity to speak via chat, not directly, or you might be able to have also a face-to-face in a way, not face-to-face, a virtual meeting with people from the team there. You have the opportunity to ask questions about the student life, accommodation, about the course. There are students representatives there. So it's a good also, we will give you the presentation today. You can go, I would suggest you to go and explore our different MC options. And if you're really interested in one of the courses, because 8th of February, it's basically it's about next week, the week after, it's very close. You can attend these virtual open days and have the opportunity to speak to someone and get a more to help you decide, for instance, whether you would like to apply or not with in our university. I really hope you want to apply. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for watching our presentation. Please feel free to contact us for any admission related questions, like for your what is the IELTS score should be, what are the entry requirements, and so on, or how do I apply in that course. Please feel free to email our postgraduate admissions team. Their email is here. Okay, bgtadmissions@bath.ac.uk. For any economic related questions related to the program, to economics, like for example, my bachelor degree is in that field, would I be able to cope with MC applied economics? Or I have never done statistics, would I be able, or any like, would I be able to learn about that and that in this master? For any economic related questions or related to the questions related to the courses, to the structure and so on, please feel free to email me. My email is mg2315@bath.ac.uk. Okay. And for questions regarding applying from Japan, feel free please to email James, who is also here with us today, and that is his email address. Okay. Again, we will share. I will share the slides here on the chat, so you can have them for your information, to have access to the QR codes and so on. And now, please feel free to type any questions that you may have. We're here to reply to questions. There is already one question on the chat, so which states that I am interested in pursuing a master's degree in economics. Is it possible to learn completely online? Yes, it is. We do have also an online program. I think you can also find information about that in our website. There is online MCs in applied economics. I'm teaching there too. I'm teaching everywhere. So yes, there are information on our website, so you can have access to that too. Any other questions? Please feel free to ask us. Let me stop sharing so I can save the slides and send.
Just while we're waiting, Maria, I've got a few questions that I'm often asked by students. And thank you, by the way, for the presentation. Really insightful. And also, I'm sure many students joining would be kind of uplifted to hear about how you adapted to studying in the UK and now teaching in the UK too. I guess related to that, quite a few students are kind of concerned about, often when I speak to them, adjusting to studying in the UK. So coming from a Japanese, for instance, university system, and then coming to the UK and then trying to adjust and change the way they write and study. Would you have any tips for those students, or is there any support to help them to adjust?
I know that how stressful it will feel in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not gonna. You will feel that sort of anxiety because it's a new country, a new environment, far away from your family, and so on. But after 1 week at the university, you will feel very happy and very. You will feel very confident and very happy that you took your decision to come to study to the UK, and also. By the end, it's really rewarding for it's having the opportunity to work in the UK, live in the UK, even for a year. Look, I'm coming from Greece, but I decided to stay in the UK. I think that means a lot, doesn't it?
Good sign.
So, but please know that we're here to support you and help you in every way. We're not here to torture you or make your life difficult. So the university and the academics, the people surrounding the university are here to help you and support you in any way. Even if your English level is not strong enough, or even if your maths are not strong enough to do economics or these sort of things, we offer support. I'm not saying that it will happen without your effort. You have to try, okay? But we offer courses to support your English. We offer courses to support your math levels, or for instance, in econometric analysis, we use softwares to do statistical software to do econometric analysis, because obviously we cannot handle thousands of data by hand, right? And obviously, because the lectures are like 10 lectures per per term, and the classes, again, around 10 classes. Sometimes for some students might not be enough. Again, there are supportive tutorials that offering you additional help in R, or even the lecturer can direct you towards the right textbook or tutorials in order to support your learning and make your experience learning about econometrics or microeconomics a little bit easier.
That's often actually some feedback I get from students, how they're surprised by the openness of professors, academics to support them and to give them guidance one-to-one if they need some help during their studies.
Exactly.
There's another question that's come through, Maria. This one is the students asking whether they can learn while they work, and kind of can they take, I think that's classes at the preferred time. So how flexible is the schedule as well? So is it possible to work and study? And also, is there a flexibility to the schedule?
If you don't have prior knowledge to, for instance, if your bachelor degree is from a completely different background, I cannot really name one, but let's say marketing, okay, or something. As you can see, even my bachelor degree was in marketing and operations management. And then I decided to do a master's degree in operational research, which are completely different fields, right? So it wasn't easy, meaning that if you're coming from a completely different background, you have to understand that you will need to study more compared to someone who studied business administration or has a bachelor in economics, right? Because they have the knowledge, they have the background. So the master will help them move one step forward and get more in-depth understanding of some advanced techniques. But if you don't have that background, it means that you should have the willingness to study a little bit more. Now, so in that case, well, it depends on I don't mind working hard and working every day from 9 until 9 p.m., but that doesn't mean I can expect that from everyone, right? So I don't know, it depends on your, there are lectures and seminars that you have to attend on a weekly basis, and not necessarily every day, but sometimes it might be one class or one seminar or the lecture one day. So we try to make the schedule in a way less heavy per day, but which implies that you might have one class or one lecture per day. So I don't know whether that your work will allow you to not to be there, let's say, for a couple of hours or something. And then if you work, you have to accept that you have to study during the weekends and at evenings, meaning that you will not have free time for yourself. But again, I cannot judge how it's possible, but it's not going to be easy. But if you're coming from a completely different background, it might be a little bit very challenging from my point of view. Okay, that's for you to decide how you can handle your workload, and if it gets very, very demanding, and especially during the before the Christmas period, December, we have the deadlines for the courseworks, and then during the Christmas period, academics never stop. Even though it's holiday, we do work in a way every month. During the Christmas period and every in January, you have to prepare for the exams, because some courses will be assessed with a coursework and some courses will be assessed with an exam. So it's you don't really have gaps. It's a full year studying non-stop. It's a full year. We try to make it to provide you as many information as possible, meaning that every month you will have something to do, basically.
So maybe it's a good idea, would you say, to just focus on your studies at the beginning, at least, until you kind of find a balance and see whether you've got time and whether you can then look for part-time work.
Exactly. That's a very good point, James. Exactly. And because also, let's say from May, April, you will have a number of exams in May, but then June, July, you can do, while you're doing your dissertation, you can work, I will say, during the summer months. But prior to that, if you're very good with time management and you're able to work hard during this month, it might be feasible, but I don't want to say for sure that it's something that you can definitely do, or because I don't know, again, what is your level and how much you need to study in order to pass on all of your courses. And you also mentioned, that question also mentioned whether I can take achieved, I suppose you mean classes. And I suppose you mean to watch them at a different time, right? So yes, most of the lectures and the seminar after COVID, the COVID year, are recorded, and we do upload them on our Moodle, which is a page where we have all of the lecture material, exercises, and everything. So yes, the lectures and the seminars are recorded, and you can watch them at the same time. But even though I'm very keen with the online thing and everything, bear in mind that it's different from me giving a lecture from my computer here at home, because here I can share everything on my computer. I can share in the software I'm using, my slides, I can make edits on my slides and everything, or you have a question, I can provide you additional resources from the files that I have, and so on. At the university, when I'm doing a lecture in person at the university, we have the projector and the camera. Basically, you can see part of the lecture theater and the projector. So it's not the same. So it's better for you in that case to actually be on campus, because you feel part of that bubble and that team. So it's of course, if something happens a week or something, you can attend them. That's why they're there. But I don't think they're designed exclusively to be watched online. We just have them there because COVID students are getting sick. They cannot attend the university on that week and so on. So it's for unforeseen circumstances to watch these recordings. I wouldn't recommend it every week to watch only that. It's better to be there, I will say, especially not that much for the lecture, but for the seminars, definitely be there. It's better.
That's a really good point as well, Marie, because I do get a lot of questions about whether learning has changed since COVID, whether it's all going to be online now, whether they are back on campus. I think it's probably good just that you highlighted there that studying is on campus, although it is recorded if you want to watch it later. But the expectation is students will be on campus, and it's kind of the same face-to-face experience they also enjoyed pre-pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. We just obviously adapted some very the good parts that we learned during the pandemic in academia, but all of the lectures and the seminars, some lectures might happening online, but I will say 80 to 90% is taking place on campus.
Yeah. There's another question that's come through, Maria, if I could read this one out to you as well. And it's about whether work experience is a requirement to apply for a master's degree in economics at Bath. So when you're looking at applications, or when you're thinking about students, that your ideal student, would you say that experience is necessary, or would you prefer experience?
Not necessarily. Obviously, it's going to be a competitive advantage to your application, but it's not a requirement. I think I didn't have any work experience when I applied for my master's degree, and I think it depends. I don't think we offer that at Bath, so I don't think we require any. It's not like we have IELTS needs to be 6.5. The academic requirement should be GPA 3, or depending on your country, this might be different. But these are the main, and of course, then they will assess your bachelor degree, how you did in the courses, and so on. But I don't think it will be a competitive advantage, but it's essential. Not necessary, right? Do I use the right word? Yeah,
not essential. Yeah, no, that's true. I think sometimes I speak to students both ends of the spectrum. So some students are worried they have no experience and whether they should get work experience first. And like you say, it's not essential. And then I speak to some other students who've got 10 years of work experience and they think they are overqualified for the course. But I would say likewise, both types of students would be welcome onto any of the master's courses in economics at Bath.
Exactly, yes. It's as I said, it's good if you have it. Of course, it's very good. But if you don't feel that okay, cannot apply, don't have work experience. It's you don't. And again, if you're in doubt, please feel free to ask our postgraduate team. But as far as I'm aware, for the next academic year, that's not an essential requirement for you to apply.
Exactly. And just also to mention, because you said in passing about the IELTS requirement, and you did mention it in the presentation earlier, but I think a few students joined a bit later. So just again to highlight that, although 6.5 is the IELTS requirement, we do offer a pre-sessional program. So many of our Japanese students will join the 5-week or 10-week pre-sessional course, which is where you arrive early in Bath. And then you do an academic skills training program. So you adjust to learning in Bath, living in Bath, and also you'll get that kind of tutorial to help you to adjust to how to write. The writing style is slightly different to in Japan. So we get lots of students when their English is just slightly under 0.5 under the IELTS requirement or 1.0 under to actually come early and do the pre-sessional course. So just something to know about in case you're struggling with your English, or maybe you've met your English condition, but you're still a little bit concerned about this new way of learning, and you want to make sure that when you start the course, you're well prepared and you can hit the ground running, as we say. You can start strongly. So just to keep that in mind too.
Exactly.
Perfect. I think they're all the questions we had come through.
Yeah. Again, any more questions, please feel free to ask us and or contact us. Let me share the emails for copyright reasons. I don't know if I can share the slides and so this sort of thing. So I will just share the email. So that's the email for our postgraduate admissions. Okay, that is my email address for economic related questions, and that is for questions how to apply from Japan and any sort of thing. And again, you see, that's what I usually say to my students. There is no harm in asking. The emails are free. Ask them and ask your question, and if we're not able to help you or answer to that question, it's okay. We will say we cannot reply to that question. We're not here to judge anyone or say, oh, come on, what is that you're asking for? It's okay. There are no, as I keep saying to my students, there are no silly questions. There are silly answers. There is another word.
I like it. I'd heard the second part before. Yes, yeah. I agree. Yeah, don't be shy. Do feel free, like you say, Maria, to just reach out. Big or small questions, feel free to reach out to us. We can always pass you over to maybe a colleague where the question's more relevant to them in the university. So yeah, don't hesitate to get in touch.
And that's the QR code for the open days, the virtual open days that are happening now, 8th of February. You need to register before, so please feel free to register. And then we also have the MC International Development in with Economics. That's a webinar. Okay, let me share that. That's a webinar that is happening, where is it? 24th of February at 6:30 your local time, okay? And that's the QR code for that. And again, all of the if you just Google, you see, one thing that I learned in the UK, James might confirm that because one thing that the UK people love to do is Google. If you keep asking them a question, they say Google it. So please Google it, type MC programs Bath University, and the first link that will appear is our university. So, or by University of Bath, our website, and you can find courses, postgraduate courses, everything is there. So it's, or just Google it and you can find all of the information. And if it's something that I mentioned in the presentation and you cannot really find it, please feel free to email us so we can provide the information. I can provide you also the QR code, one more QR code, and I'm done. The last one is for where we have all of the information for our MC programs, okay?
Thank you very much, Maria. That was really, really insightful. And thank you, everybody, for joining the presentation as well, and SIUK for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, everyone. Again, any questions, please let us know. Have a lovely evening. And we hope we can see you at the university in the next academic year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now start and webinar today. Thank you for your time, James and Maria.
Thank you. It was our pleasure.
Thank you very much. すみません。そうしましたら本日のウェビナーはこれにて終了させていただきます。もしご質問ございましたら、マリアさんが送ってくださったメールの方に、ご連絡いただきますと幸いでございます。では本日終了させていただきます。失礼いたします。